One day a girl tell me her story that my name is Laila Morgan, I am 28 years old, and for most of my life I believed I was always wrong in my own home. The first time I remember being called a liar, I was only 7. We were at my uncle's birthday dinner in Lahore. I accidentally knocked over a glass of juice. It spilled across the table and I quickly said it slipped. My father, Daniel Morgan, looked at me in front of everyone and said, "She always says that. Never her fault." The adults laughed. I didn't. Something broke inside me that day, quietly. Not loudly, not all at once. Just a deep feeling that no matter what I said, they had already decided who I was. After that, I spent years trying to become acceptable. I spoke carefully. I behaved perfectly. I said sorry even when I wasn't wrong. I tried to become someone who could finally earn their love. But it never felt enough. When I was 25, I met Ethan Blake, a civil engineer. He was calm, patient, and kind in a way I wasn't used to. We met at a small charity event in Islamabad. He accidentally spilled coffee on my sleeve within minutes of meeting me, and instead of getting angry, I laughed. That moment felt strange, like peace. We started dating. Slowly, safely, like learning how to breathe after holding your breath for years. After a year, he proposed in our small apartment kitchen. No big event. Just him, a simple ring, and shaking hands while he asked me to marry him. I said yes before he even finished. We planned our wedding for September. But just 2 weeks before the wedding, everything changed. Ethan called me one afternoon. His voice was quiet, unsettled. He told me my parents had come to his office. Without telling me. Without permission. And they told him something shocking. That I had once been pregnant at 23, that I had given birth, and then abandoned a child. My stomach dropped. Because none of that was true. Yes, I had been pregnant years ago with someone named Adam Khan. It was a painful time. He was controlling, emotionally harsh, and I felt lost. I was young and scared. But I never had a child. At 4 months, I lost the pregnancy due to a miscarriage. It was sudden and heartbreaking. I was hospitalized. My mother had been there. She had held my hand. She knew everything. But now, she had rewritten my pain into a lie. I told Ethan everything that night. Every detail. My fear. My loss. My silence. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he just said, "I'm sorry you went through that." He believed me. But damage like that doesn't disappear easily. The next week was my rehearsal dinner at a restaurant in Lahore. It was supposed to be beautiful. Warm lights. Family. Friends. A peaceful night before my wedding. But then someone walked in who I hadn't seen in years. Her name was Sarah Ahmed. My old closest friend. She didn't smile. She didn't greet anyone. She came straight to me holding an envelope. She said, "You need to see this. Now." Outside the room, she gave me medical papers from the hospital. Proof of my miscarriage. Dated records. Official documents. And then, screenshots. Messages between my mother and my ex-partner. My mother had contacted him months ago, asking him to confirm a false story that I had given birth and given a baby away. Trying to shape a lie about my life. Trying to make it real. My hands shook. Not because I was confused. But because I finally had proof that I was not imagining their cruelty. I walked back inside the room holding the envelope. My fiancé saw my face and stood up immediately. He came beside me without a word. I placed the documents on the table in front of my parents. And I told the truth. Everything. Calmly. Clearly. No shouting. No begging. Just truth. The room went silent. My father didn't speak. My mother looked down. I said, "You are not welcome at my wedding." And they left. After they walked out, the silence stayed for a moment, until someone slowly clapped. Then another. Then the whole room. But I didn't feel victorious. I felt free. We got married a few days later. Small ceremony. Honest. No fake smiles required. My parents were not there. And for the first time, that didn't hurt me. It healed me. Now I understand something important. Not everyone who hurts you is confused. Some people are intentional. And healing begins when you stop asking them to change. If you are someone who has ever been misunderstood, labeled, or silenced in your own home, remember this. You don't need to keep proving your truth to people committed to misunderstanding you. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is step away and build a life where your voice doesn't need permission. My advice is simple: stop trying to win fairness from unfair people. Choose peace over approval. Choose truth over acceptance. And ask yourself, are you living your life, or are you still trying to fix someone else's version of it? Moral lesson. Your truth does not become less real just because someone powerful refuses to accept it. And finally, this story is a fictional narrative, created for emotional and moral reflection. It is not based on real events, but the lesson behind it is something many people can relate to in real life. It is a fictional story, not real.